None of the candidates last night, as we said, were asked about Donald Trump's suggestion. The outgoing chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, a four-star general, spent his life in the military, deserves to be executed for treason for communicating with his Chinese counterpart at the end of the Trump administration to let them know the nuclear arsenal was secure. General Milley, though, was asked about it in an interview for 60 Minutes.
President Trump recently said that your dealings with China were so egregious that in times gone by, the punishment would have been death.
That's right, he said that. That's correct.
He is suggesting that you be punished by death. The former commander-in-chief to his former top military advisor.
Look, I'm a soldier. I've been faithful and loyal to the Constitution of the United States for 44 and a half years. And my family and I have sacrificed greatly for this country, my mother and father before them. And, you know, as much as these comments are directed at me, it's also directed at the institution of the military. And there's 2.1 million of us in uniform. And the American people can take it to the bank that all of us, every single one of us, from private to general, we're loyal to that Constitution and we'll never turn our back on it no matter what the threats, no matter what the humiliation, no matter what. If we're willing to die for that document, if we're willing to deploy to combat, if we're willing to lose an arm, a leg, an eye to protect and support and defend that document and protect the American people, then we're willing to live for it too. So I'm not going to comment directly on those things, but I can tell you that this military, this soldier, me, will never turn our back on that Constitution.
But for the record, was there anything inappropriate or treasonous about the calls you made to China?
Absolutely not. Zero. None.
It almost seems odd to ask this question because the former commander-in-chief seems to be calling for your execution. Are you worried about your safety?
I've got adequate safety precautions. I wish those comments had not been made, but they were, and we'll take appropriate measures to ensure my safety and the safety of my family.
Joe, that's a pretty extraordinary exchange there, to see four-star General Mark Milley sitting there in his dress with the bars, his 4 stars, saying, you can say anything you want to do, you can talk, you can post on your social media site, you can even call for me to be executed, but I and everybody I serve with and the millions of Americans who serve are going to continue to defend the Constitution. That's our job. That's all noise. I'll take care of my safety. Keep going with this. We're not going to change what we do.
Yeah, I mean, it's so discouraging. Donald Trump has sent that signal out. It's just like the Wall Street Journal editorial page yesterday said, and many others have said yesterday, that he's sending a message out. And certainly it is possible that some crank is going to follow through on that. It's the same thing that he said about Mitch McConnell. It's the same thing he said about me. It's the same thing he said about so many people. And it is changing General Milley's life right now, that he's going to need security around the clock for quite some time, because Donald Trump knows exactly what he's doing. That's why he starts talking about somebody being executed, or with Mitch McConnell, says death wish in all caps. That's, again, it's all a message. And yet Charlie Sykes and nobody at Fox News last night thought that was worthy of a question to ask, even if their partners at the Wall Street Journal did that morning. Nobody thought it necessary to ask about banning NBC News once Donald Trump became president of the United States. Again, if he got elected again, nobody thought about any of that. Nobody
liable for fraud.
Nobody thought about asking something that was on the front page of all the newspapers, including the Wall Street Journal yesterday morning, which was Donald Trump is probably going to be stopped from doing business in New York State because he acted in such a fraudulent way and overvaluing his properties for bank loans. Those things were all teed up. I'm not really sure how those questions could have been asked, but more to the point, I think it's just absolute insanity that the people that are running against Donald Trump didn't bring it up on stage. Couldn't. Yeah. At some point, you're going to have somebody smart enough to find another lane and challenge this guy, or all they're just going to meekly keep like sort of like Quislings just sort of following behind
we
him.
have Chris Christie on today. We can
doing
ask him.
absolutely nothing.